we're going to answer a question. Should I hire a coach? And today we got 5 reasons why you should hire an Amazon or FBA
Well,
business coach.
that was a real quick answer.
And we're
Should I
done.
hire? Yes, that's it. Should I hire a coach? Yes. 5 reasons for.
Well, I know people go into this and there's a lot of resources online. You can find a ton of material, printed, YouTube videos, podcasts, web pages, blogs on right how to start your business, how to start your FBA business, do's and don'ts, top fives, right? So I would like to think we're going to do a little something more than just that, Zuby.
Yes, just a tad bit. But let's get into our top
Please.
5 reasons why we think you should hire an Amazon business coach. And the answer is yes, we think you should hire an Amazon coach. The first one, and this is near and dear to my heart, it's goal setting and accountability. And what we mean by that is um, there are people who are goal oriented and there are people who are not goal oriented. There are people that are task oriented and they work best with checklists. There are people who just go off the seat of their pants and sort of wing it as they go, which is how we started this podcast back when we started it. But it's and all of those strategies or all of those ways of doing business, if it works for you, it works for you. But hiring a coach can really help make sure that you are focused on it. So setting a goal is, in my opinion, mandatory for the success of a business. You can't just start a business, without a plan. That's not to say you need to write a business plan, a 50-page business plan with, your SWOT analysis and all of that. But it's good to have goals that you set, milestones that you want to achieve, and then be held accountable for them by someone that is helping you get to those goals, someone who has helped you set those goals, get to those goals, and then anytime that you sort of fall short of it, they held you accountable for it, give you a little kick in the butt, help you, help raise you back up towards getting to that goal. So that to me is very important.
And when I hear goals and accountability, I start getting a little squeamish only because specifics, right? When you're saying setting goals, for me, I think the goals that can be set with a coaching service, whether it's us or somebody else, or even somebody, like a mentor, it can remove a lot of confusion. The goals that a good coach or mentor should provide to you should create a path. And the confusion of what I should do next and how it should look should fall away. And with FBA, there's a lot of things to get caught up on, to get confused about. Should I worry about this email? Why didn't this go through? Should I stop here? Should I keep going? And I think having a coach, even for a short term period of time, alleviates a lot of that confusion and allows, you say goals, sometimes setting the goals, it narrows your field of view to this is exactly what I need to do next. And like, if I know I'm going to talk to you on the next, whatever day, next Wednesday, next Thursday, it allows me to say, I better start working on this now. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. So this is going to be a check-in as opposed to a check mark. Like it's a toll gate. I got more to go. And that confusion can drop away and you can get a lot more accomplished. So the second thing, well, it's not really the second one on the item. I just want to stop and say for 1 second, if you're considering getting a coach, you're listening to this, you're watching this, and you're saying, I'm thinking about it. I think it's really important that you check out who that coach is. And there's a lot of resources for finding out who people are, right? The biggest one I would say, beware of you're going to make a lot of money. Get rich quick. You're going to put this much in and this is what's guaranteed back. If you've listened or seen anything that we've done before, we talk about there's real work that gets done and there's real rewards in doing this. But if you think you're going to turn $1,000 in 30 days into that Lamborghini, you keep looking for a coach. That's not the right, that's not the right message. And I think that's part of what you want to look for is somebody who has access to a good stock of experience that can relate to successful FBA. It could relate to successful businesses. It could relate to just that they've been doing business for a lot of years in a row. So pick wisely, do your homework, look for reviews of the coaches, but then also talk to either current or former students. And I would imagine if you're not the greatest coach, maybe you've been a little shady, there's probably going to be some negative reviews out there, and take them with a
Right.
grain of salt.
Right. And it's also important for you to make sure that you mesh with your with your coach. Um, it's there are lots of different really good coaches out there that might not be a good fit for you because of personality conflicts, because of the way that they manage and the way they do things. So it's important that there is a synergy between you and your coach. So if when you're getting ready to hire a coach, make sure that you interview them, talk to them on the phone, on a Zoom call, or in person if the COVID is gone. But make sure that there is that rapport, and that they have the type of a personality and the type of mindset that meets yours, that can complement yours, that can help you grow. You don't want somebody who is a drill sergeant if you do not do well with people yelling at you all the time. So it's important for you to actually understand whether this coach, first, are they experienced enough? First, do they have the knowledge? And then second, is it a good fit for me?
Mhm.
That's very important. But to your point, and I think, and our reason number two, to hire a coach, which is you sort of alluded to, is access to years of knowledge and expertise and experience of this coach. Anybody who calls themselves a coach has had to have worked in that industry and in that business model for a number of years. They have to know what they're doing, and they
Mhm.
have to know what they're talking about. They've cultivated a large network, and they've cultivated a lot of experience and information that they can share with you. There are different levels of coaches. Coaches for brand new Amazon resellers versus coaches for intermediate resellers versus coaches who want to go for sellers who want to go from 7 figures to 8 figures in sales. Each one has a different mindset and a different level of knowledge and expertise. So it's important for you to find the one that fits what you're trying to accomplish. If you're a brand new seller on Amazon, you want a coach that is going to help you sort of get things off the ground, start
Mhm.
getting you engaged, teaching you how to read the reports and how to find products and whatnot. You don't want somebody who is trying to get you to start going to China and sourcing for private label products. There's a lot of really great coaches for that, but if that's not your business strategy and you're not ready for that, you don't want to pay somebody to do that for you. And in line with that, you want you've started your business, you've hired a coach, and your business is built up, and now you're ready for the next phase. It might be time to switch coaches, depending on whether this coach is going to be a good coach for you and understands how to get you to push through to the next phase of your business.
Mhm.
And by next phase, we're talking about you have gotten ungated, you've gotten your wholesale account set up, you're getting regular sales, you've gotten your prep and pack stuff sort of automated, and all of the initial steps of getting and setting up an Amazon FBA business are there. And it might have taken you 6 months, it might have taken you 6 years. It doesn't matter what the time frame is, right? But now you're there, you've set it all up, and now you're ready to go from 6 figures to 7 figures in sales, or you're ready to go from 300 SKUs to 3,000 SKUs, whatever that might be. You're ready for the next phase, the next launch. You want to make sure that the coach that you've been working with understands how to make that transition. It's a very different business model to go from selling 100 items versus selling 10,000 items. It's a different, the business model changes, and you need a coach that understands how to transition from one to the other.
I'd agree. I would also say maybe you've started on your own and you've gotten the FBA biz to a certain point. You're at an area and maybe things are slowing down. Maybe your numbers aren't as strong. Maybe you are doing some things. That might be the time to bring in a coach. And it is really
Yes.
about the bump. I don't think it's one of those things where you need to have it your entire career. You don't have to have, if you're doing FBA, you don't need it the whole time. It might just be engaging to get over whatever that next hump is. It might just, like you said, it might just be trying to get better or more wholesale accounts, and that's what you want to focus on. and look for programs and coaches that can specifically dial it in for you, as opposed to just buying, one large package deal, and you go through their course and that's it. And there's a lot of options for that. So
Our number three is to help increase your network through your coach. And what we mean by that is any good coach has built a good platform, a good network of people, whether it's other sellers, vendors, any people who are within the Amazon world that can help you as a seller sort of expand your knowledge, expand your reach, find new products, find new ideas, and you want to be able to tap into that network. So you want every coach that's worth anything is going to have some kind of a platform where you can join, and whether it's a Facebook page, whether it's blogs, there's a lot of different ways where coaches do it. I mean, I've seen things as obscure as Telegram, that technology, that instant messaging technology, Telegram group chats
mhm.
for coaches. So there's a lot of different ways that they keep and get you involved in their network, and there's a lot of benefits to networking through a coach's contact. So definitely take full advantage of that when you do hire a coach.
Absolutely.
And then moving on to our number four, and this kind of ties into our number one. It's to help you identify and focus on what's important to you right now. Number one was setting goals for the future. But in order to achieve those goals, you have to stay laser focused on your business, on the things that matter to your business, on the needle movers. It's very easy to sort of start getting, getting spending 8 hours, 10 hours a day on your Amazon business, being busy,
Hmm.
but not really getting anything done. You're getting the tasks done, but you're working in the business. You're not working on your business. You're not growing your business. You're reviewing your inventory. You're checking your orders. You're maybe answering buyer messages, but you're not really growing your business. And those tasks are important, but the only reason you're in this business is to grow it and to make more profits and more money with it. So it's important for you to stay laser focused on those goals, and a coach will help you do that. They will help you identify those areas that you need to stay focused on, and then they will help you stay focused on them. And if you fall and you start doing the busy work without really, and then letting all the important work fall by the wayside, they're there to, you know, pick you up, kick you in the butt, whatever it might take to get you back on track towards success in your business.
Yeah, I would agree. To me, this one has everything to do with perspective. And I know I tend to do this. I think most of us do it. There's things that we're comfortable with, and there's items that we're not comfortable with, or tasks, or whatever it might be. And we have a tendency to gravitate towards that statistical mean, right? Wherever we're
Hmm.
most comfortable, we're going to gravitate towards. It's the old adage, if you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail to you. It's the same thing. If you really love buying, you're probably taking a lot of time with sourcing. At some point you're focused on that. Or if it's internal, I love operations, I probably could spend a lot of time trying to refine and make things better for the day-to-day operations. And I think with coaching, it allows another perspective to step in and say, yes, that's great, what about? Or, hey, there's these two things competing for your time, which one's more important to the overall success of what you're doing? So to me, it boils down to perspective. And with the right coach, you're going to be with that laser focus on what's most important next, the action item, to again, what you were saying, achieving the goals.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and a lot of people see Amazon as sort of a side hustle for them. It's not their main source of income. So
Right.
what they're used to in their main vocation is very different. More
Hmm.
than likely, is very different than what it is like to run an Amazon business. So you can't necessarily transfer the skills and what as far as how to be successful in that job into your Amazon business. It's a whole different game ball. game ball. Uh,
Ball of wax. Yeah.
that's right.
Ball game.
So
Mhm.
it's important to have somebody who can sort of point that out to you, because you can go months and months and months and doing something, and you're like, wait, why isn't it not working? It works for me in my job, but it's just because it's a different beast. It's not gonna. You need to have different set of rules and different mindset
Mhm.
for its success.
Well, and I think that leads into number five because there's usually some type of translation, right? So if I sit down and I start talking to somebody that maybe was doing banking, processing loans, I can kind of understand their background. I may not know all of their lingo, maybe I know a little bit, and I think that again leads into number five, which is um, the feedback and the assistance that you get from a coach is going to be personalized. It's going to be direct, especially if you're using like FBA Profits, which has a coaching platform. We're talking to you, and it should be, if you've picked the right coach, better than the courses or a queued up YouTube video that's just here's how you do XYZ.
Absolutely, and I think that's where it's important to clarify that distinction.
Hmm.
There are courses out there that you can purchase for hundreds or thousands of dollars, and they have video modules that will teach you step by step how to do specific things in your Amazon business. That is not a coaching program. That is a course that is teaching you a specific thing. A coaching program is a one-on-one program, whether it's one-on-one on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. You need to have a coach that is speaking to you directly. You need to have a coach that's reviewing your account specifically. It can't be, hey, let's just have this once a month Zoom meeting, and I'm going to tell you sort of a general topic of what an Amazon seller should do in their third month. That's not one-on-one coaching. That's not what we're talking about. There are benefits to courses, to video courses. There are benefits to, being part of or paying for that. But what we're talking about is somebody who is hands-on in helping you start, grow, and scale your Amazon business. They know what your specific needs are. They know what your specific pitfalls are. They know where you need help with. And they are either, I mean, if you're part of our client group, our coaches talk to our students on a weekly basis. We have a
Mhm.
standing 30-minute call, and just first we review what we see on your account for that week, and then answer any questions you have. And you need to have that one-on-one um, dialogue and that one-on-one conversation with your coach, because without that, you are just, you can go buy a book and read about how, or watch a video on how to run an Amazon business, and you're not getting that live feedback, which is where the true value of a coach comes from.
Mhm. There you go. There's
Yes.
five reasons should you hire an FBA coach.
And the answer is yes, by the way. You should hire an FBA
In case
coach.
you missed that at the top of what we were
Yes.
doing, the answer is yes. And by the way, if you're interested in anything that we're doing, you can check out fbaprofits.us. Uh, we're also at proasins.com. And then we have a Facebook group, an accountability goal setting group uh, that you can also check out on Facebook.
Yes. Thank you.